after a while, when you see the sun go down, it'll make you sad because you rely so much on the sun. It's like for its warmth, for its light, right? Grow your vegetables, everything. It's just like you'll just rely on it because right now you don't. It's like you don't even go outside, right? You have people scared to get cancer, all these different things. But that 1 year, you're forced to say, if you take that journey, to just keep walking. It's like a different journey that person will take. But if you take that out, right, you're forced to be out in the sun and the weather out at all times. Doesn't mean that you have to like be outside just in there or if it rains, right? Of course, take cover, but it's about sleeping outside, out in Mother Nature, right? Not tent, and just having that connection, like 7 of 9 did all the time. She'd always have to charge up, right? And if she didn't, it's like she'd run the risk of hurting herself, right? The doctor always kept saying, like 7 of 9, you go charge. Yeah, okay, all right. It's kind of like what you do. Because you're healing at a very fast rate, right? You're using that energy, that free energy, right? It's free. And it's just like if you harness it correctly, right? It's like putting all the elements together, like it does things. Like just it creates electricity, right? It's a spark. But you just need to understand how to use it, and you do. It's like it's a knowledge that's in your cells, right? And you just need to be able to tap into that knowledge again, and you'll start to be able to do things as a group, right? As a people. It's old knowledge that's just, it wakes up sometimes when it's told to you, right? In different parts and different aspects. It's just you think, wow, how were they so great? It's just like they didn't do anything that was great. If you just let nature do what it's supposed to do, it's like it's going to do its thing. And you'll just be like, and then you'll back in history if you write it down. And it's like, this is better not to write shit down. It's like I know they wrote stuff on walls, just a message of people in the future. We allow that. It's fun. Messes with your head. Okay? And then you can actually, but they're actually showing you the truth though, right? Because they were worshiping the sun, a lot of them. So it's like, you allow it because you're like, well, they're showing you the truth. Right? And then you just say, oh, they're heathens, they're worshiping the sun. It's just like, you're a fucking heathen. Like, who are you worshiping? You bitch and fucking beg down to him every night and whore yourself out at 6 p.m. Right? Who's a fucking whore? It's just like, what? Right? It's a towel. The kettle? Teapot? It's like, I'm cooking over the fire, man. That's it. We'll be your friend. We'll just look at each other. Fun. Love this game. Love this story. Fun times, right? Tunnels. Can you imagine living underground? Wouldn't that be weird? It's all of a sudden you're just like, I'm gonna go live underground. It's kind of like, okay. You can do it actually. Go live underground. Just have that fake sun, right? To kind of, as long as you get that D. You always want the D. Who doesn't want the D? Vitamin D, right? The sun, of course. It's good for you. Always get it. Makes you happy. But journeys, so many journeys, so many taken over the centuries, right? Even you. But you just don't remember most of them because your guy behind you, right? They do with your that, like your soul. These are ones. They're all piece of shit anyway. Just like, just get that one. I'm kidding. Just go let it hang there for a minute. Think about shit. Right? It's fun. Fun. Now you get to hold the controls for a little bit. Pouring out. I was thinking about a soundtrack. I was thinking like, what would the soundtrack be called? What would you call it? I was thinking 500. Maybe it would be like maybe 500 songs. And it would just be the sounds from here. It's like a frequency. It just goes up and down. And it's happy and then brings you down and lifts you up and then brings you down. Right? It's kind of like it's a way. But you want to kind of just to this memorable. Something memorable. You know what I mean? You kind of just do it. And then everybody would be all hearing the same song. Like, there's no phones, right? But there's a way that you can get everybody to have the same energy, the same, you know what I mean? So it's almost like on that group of people, they're all vibrating at the same energy. So if they're all listening to the same song, like that 500, right? So there's a way that, say, these two groups, for a way for them to hear it, because there's no phones. Remember, this is not a public show, right? This is not a public show at all. Because it's like, you don't want people to see you cry. Who here wants to see, like, can you put me crying on Facebook? Okay, hold on, okay, go. Right? You don't hear that. Oh, some, but this is wrong. That's a private moment, right? No. The one who's going to do a documentary, right? It's like, that's when. But they'll just be when you're ready, though, right? It's just, they'll just know. And they'll try not to interfere, but it's just, yeah, exactly. It will be memorable, though. Because it'll be your time. Your time to shine. Your time to grow. Be part of the game. No. Ever listen to those old gospel songs? The whole truth is in the songs. Is that funny? Listen to the songs, you hear the whole truth. It's kind of, I mean, like, okay. Don't even read the Bible. It's kind of like, isn't it weird to have a favorite color? Why wouldn't you like all of them? Why just one? Why just one? Right? Ask what's your favorite color. And it's like, if you ask a child that, they'll almost look at you, right? And they'll take a while because you're like, well, which one? But it's almost like you've placed a new thought on a child because a child's never thought of just picking one. It's kind of like, well, I like everything, right? That's like the thought of a child. And all of a sudden you come along and then you input your ideology into that child, right? It's like your words impact that child's mental state. And so it's just like, just one color? It's just like, right? It doesn't know. really. Like it will kind of mimic its surroundings, but in a way, it's like it likes all of them, right? But people want to fit in. And it's like it's just human nature, which is too bad. People should be themselves. Should be the way that they were born, right? And that's when that thing starts taking over that person slowly. Starts pretending to be them, right? As that child starts to diminish because it starts taking over that voice. And it's almost like a sign with your child. It's like they change almost, and you kind of notice it, right? Slowly, and all of a sudden you just looked at them, but it's not like you want to be like make them feel weird and just say like, "What's wrong with you?" Right? And then you slowly lose them, and then it's like, and then you get scared a little bit. It's that food, yeah, it's crazy. So many. So many. How would you do that? I'm just thinking, how would you get everybody to hear that if there's no phones? And you want to get the same wave? They're all singing the same song maybe, but strange. Yeah. I like walking through the city sometimes and just listen to the sound. It's cool. Makes you feel like you're not alone. Because the journey, it's a lonely journey, right? They always say, it's like, oh, you take your journey on your own. You do, because it's like, at least yours is like, you're alone, but you're not alone. You'll understand when you're on your own, because it's like, you'll have, I don't know, sometimes being quiet is better for your soul, right? Because it allows that connection versus always expelling so much energy. It's just like you're just taking it in. It's almost like you're in shock, or else you're in, and you just allow your body to do what it does and just walk like on autopilot, right? Sometimes you'll be walking and you don't realize, and all of a sudden you're just like, did I look both ways when I cross the street? Right? Like kind of like that. You do it all the time when you go for a walk. For the people who actually do walk, but I know I'm talking to the people who walk anyway. Right? You're conditioned to do this stuff. But the ones who want to come or not, like I said, you can use miracles, right? And do that, and you can. Don't you want to bring someone? But like I said, you gotta watch. You don't get bogged down, right? Focus. Yeah, exactly. Don't forget your treaty card. Remember the J treaty. Sounds sexy. Strange, eh? I just can't wrap my head around the walk. Like that, that's fun. Because you have all these people and it wouldn't feel so bad. And, I look forward to meeting people.